Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad a few of you are here. Good morning. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Mary Lynn. And good morning, Cheryl. Thank you for all dropping in. So I have been insanely busy. I don't know where I got all my energy from the last few days, and it has been way too hot to really do anything outside. So I've been organizing and reorganizing and moving stuff and set up. And what's going to be, this is normally what we call our store on this side of the room, which you can't see, but here. Bum, 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 bum. On this side of the room is our store, we like to call it. It's where I keep a lot of our stockpile. And then on this side of the room, is yarn. And behind me is more yarn and more craft stuff right there. So I am hoping, I've been wanting to set this up for a while, to be able to do like all my editing on my videos, and it's all set up better. It's not in our living room anymore, which was taking up an insane amount of space. My desk and everything. So I am loving it. It's only been a couple of days and I edited 2 videos in here yesterday. And yeah, this is definitely, it's still a work in progress, but it's getting there. So because of it, I'm not as close to the router, however you want to say it, internet anymore. And I was worried what my internet connection was going to be like in here, but so far so good. I think it says I got full coverage. So, and how's the lighting? Because this time of day, the curtains are open. I don't keep them open very often because light's not great for your canned goods. Not that we get direct sunlight because we have a covered porch that's over there. But I was able even to hang my spotlight in here in a much better spot. So it's just better all around. So this is going to be where you're going to be seeing me from now on. So, and I got a new mug. I know I don't need any more mugs, but people, it said tea. Drink tea, be awesome. Nothing ever says tea. It always says coffee. We're not coffee drinkers. We're tea drinkers. So I bought it and it's my color. So yeah, Cheryl, it is. It's hot everywhere. I've been talking to my mom, and I know in Florida, they have been breaking records there and no rain. We haven't had rain here either, and we need rain. Good morning, Rem. Thanks for dropping by. I can see you clearly. That's great. Maybe you don't want to see me clearly. But yeah, so I'm pretty, we need rain. We need rain so bad here. I'm exhausted from, even with the sprinklers and stuff, because we still have to move them around, right? We could have enough sprinklers for everywhere if I want, but then that means running like 8 or 9 hoses all across the lawn. And David's talked about burying the hoses maybe, because he has to pick them up every time he mows and everything. So we will see going forward, but I'm exhausted from watering everything. Tea drinker, yay! So I actually got this at HomeSense, and I know they have them down there because I went to a huge one with my mother when we were there, when I was there last April. Yeah, that way. That's the way, Remy, right there. So what's going on with everybody else? I know I will say this hot weather, my garden finally exploded. I'm actually going to video a garden tour today. You'll see that on Sunday. Oh, and today's video that will be up, it goes out at 3:00 Eastern, is David and I talking about what we thought about raising meat birds for the first time and what all that meant. So I think it's a pretty good video. Hello, Dave. Man, we haven't had any. We had a little bit of a tease last night. We had just gotten done. We started going to the track where Aiden normally trains for cross country and track and field, so he can get some track time. And we like walking the dogs around it. I love it. It's so much better than walking out here because of the traffic and everything. And we just finished. Like Aiden was last to finish, and we started feeling the sprinkles, and it rained. I think it rained just enough so I didn't have to water the garden last night, but it wasn't enough to do anything. So we need rain here. We're supposed to get it tomorrow. So my new well is at 40 feet coming into gravel. Oh, I'll pray that they get some water soon, Tracy. Raining here while it's wet. Then I'll be able to. Yay! You have 4 wells in your greenhouse. Yay! That is my next my next dream. We're thinking about trying to start picking up used windows from people, especially if they're for free, and maybe building it next year. So yeah, everyone's praying and hoping you get a successful well drilling, Tracy. So I was going to make a video about this. I'll talk about it right now just for a few minutes. But a few weeks ago, Dave and I had a good long talk, and we talked about, I think Darren from Thor Haven put it perfectly in one of his videos the other day. Sometimes you have to take a step back to move forward. And we had to take quite a few steps back and put some things that we were going to get done on the back burner. And we even we remember how cocky we were, like in February, March, that we made a list of just 3 things. And if that's all we got done, that's all we were going to be happy with. And we got those done. And then we got more done. And then we tried to do more. And I was feeling burnt out in like April. And I'm like, this is not right. I never feel burnt out this early. So I was starting to get worried because I still knew we had a lot to go. Morning, Bev. Thank you for joining. So I also was starting to resent a lot of the homestead because I felt like all of our extra money and time were going to things for the chickens and the garden and whatnot. And we had so many other things that we needed to have done inside the house, in the garage, and a few things like that. And I started realizing that wasn't a good feeling, because we do this because we love it. It's important to us, and I wasn't feeling the love, and I knew something was wrong. So Dave and I had a good long talk, and we had decided one of the things we were doing was we were going to have to maybe not have as many egg layers for now, which broke my heart. I hated that. But the cost of organic feed here, and it's important to us to feed them organic feed. I cannot find non-GMO feed anywhere around here. So to feed them organic feed was important. It doubled here. It's like $42 a bag. And we were going through quite a few. And we had 8 at the time, and we were planning on getting another 4. So we would have a dozen chickens, and we were like, this can't keep happening. I'm not selling enough eggs to warrant paying for all these. So we rehomed 5 of them. So we had 4 left, the 4 new Buff Orpingtons we bought, because obviously we're going to keep the ones we just paid for. They're younger. And they went to a great home, so I wasn't worried about that. I mean, they couldn't have gone to a better place. They're very, very happy. They're like 7 minutes from us. And so that cut back on the feed. I cut back on doing my flower garden for the summer. Now we're going to get it all ready, and I will plant some things in it for the fall for next spring, and then I'll add to it in the summer. So that got put on the back burner. I didn't get my pumpkin patch this year. Just a lot of stuff that we said no to. And I have to tell you, that tight feeling in my chest is gone from all of it. We still have lots to do, but at least we're not doing that anymore. And the meat birds are now all in the freezer, all 11 of them. So that is a big stress off of David. I didn't even realize how much of a stress it was until they were all done. So that's done. So yeah. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I fell in the trap of Instagram farms, Instagram gardens. And I was feeling very bad about myself because I thought we are not doing enough. We're not, the worst thing in the world you can do is compare yourself to someone else. And I was doing it. and feeling really bad about myself and realized what I was doing. So yeah, so we have taken some steps back. And I think we're all happy for it, you know, and yeah, now that said, we lost a chicken. Was it last Saturday? 2 Saturdays ago. 2 Saturdays ago. We let them out in the morning. Everybody was happy. You know, they're getting more comfortable. I was petting a couple of heads, made sure they had nice cold water. And Dave and I went out for a date day. We went out for a 4-wheeling ride, which was a blast. But woo, is it hard on the body? I'm not 20 anymore. And then another thing happened. Aiden, being a 16-year-old boy with Tourette's and being a 16-year-old boy, decided to not listen to us and decide he was going to run outside anyway. Did I mention it was like 102 with the humidity here? And he went running and got very, very, very sick and ended up calling. He knew we were away, so he had the present of mind to call 911, and they sent an ambulance to him, and they had to give him fluids. He's fine. Learned his lesson the hard way, which that's the only way he seems to learn. So David went, and they took him to the ER just for a checkup. So David went to pick him up. So I went out to give the chickens more cold water. I walk out talking to them, and just I happen to look, and there's one of our Buff Orpingtons on her back, legs up, very dead. So we don't know what happened. I thought at first somehow a predator got into the, because I did see some blood on her. But David's like, no, there's no feathers. Like, I don't know how they would have got in. So now we're down to 3 egg layers. And I immediately start thinking, oh, maybe we should get 4 more, but we're sticking with 3 for now. And David did find a very, very, very bloody egg the next day underneath the coop. So we're wondering if she was egg bound. And she didn't act like she was, because I'm always checking them, always. We've never lost so many chickens in 1 year like we have this year. And one we lost to a predator, but the others, and one we lost to a prolapse, but one we have no idea. She was just on the floor of the coop dead this January. And now this one. So we're thinking she was egg bound, and I don't know. They finally got it out, but it was too late, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we lost her. So yeah, all that being said, we are much happier and feeling a lot more productive, and I've got my energy back and my happiness back about my garden and stuff. So Cheryl, glad you feel more at peace. Yeah, exactly. And and David's always saying, why are you comparing all of us to everyone else? Everybody has a different story. Everyone has different priorities, needs. So, but I fell into it, and I always preach about not doing that. And then I went and did it. So I'm human. Hello, Suzanne. Is it Suzanne or yeah, Suzanne. Hello. Thank you for joining. Well, hi, Mom. Speaking of Florida, how hot is it there today? I lost my first meat. Oh, man, that stinks, Rem. I will say, because everyone told us to get 10 meat. We were only going to get 5 to start with, and everyone said, no, you got to get 10. You have to get 10 anyway. We found out when we went to order them. But everyone said get 10 because you will lose, a couple probably the first few days, and then you'll lose some more when they go outside. We didn't lose any. We didn't lose a single one. We kept all 11 alive, healthy, until that last day. And yeah, so we didn't lose any, and we were prepared. Like, I kept waiting, and we didn't. So I guess we did something right. So we have dead chickens often. Well, yeah, I guess we just were always lucky and never had that happen in the past. So I guess, yeah, and yeah, exactly. If you have livestock, eventually you will have dead stock. I know. Yeah. You're absolutely right, Tracy. I agree. And I guess it's just because we had never had it happen to us. So it and I think I'm the type, I hate it when I don't know why, right? That drives me crazy. Cause then I'm wondering, is it something we did? Is it something we didn't do? So, yeah. Yeah. Like, I remember when I was like constantly trying to clean the house before I video or anything. Now you're seeing what you get. So sometimes you're going to see a bunch of dishes on the sink, or sometimes you're going to see laundry, or sometimes you're going to see clothes hanging on the pole, like right now, that need to be ironed here in my, kitchen slash office. So you're going to see it. Woo, 93 so far. Well, here, it's actually beautiful here today. It's only 65 here right now. I think that's what they're saying. Let me check my app here. It's about 72. So it's beautiful here. Just gorgeous right now. I lost 3 chickens out of 25 last year and only 1 out of 40 this year. Well, that's really good. And, oh, so yours are going to freezer camp this weekend, huh? So, yeah, so the video, I think, I think we touched on everything, because I know I've heard from a lot of you that you're thinking about it or you've tried it this year too for the first time and you're getting to the point where they're ready to go to freezer camp. So I hope everyone can learn from our mistakes and our experience. The chickens always try to eat where the pigs are and the pigs aren't willing to share their scraps. Oh, good. Good. I'm so happy. I know we are loving the Starlink. Absolutely loving the internet. I will say yesterday, I did start it because I'm still in the habit of uploading the day before because I like to have mine already ready to go and scheduled because that's just my personality. It took quite a while for it. It's a longer video because it's we had a lot to talk about, and it took about 4 or 5 hours for it to upload. So we still aren't seeing it will only take you 20 minutes to upload a video. I think the quickest has been maybe 30 minutes, and that was for like a 9-minute video. But it's also summer, and everybody, and there's anyone who's got it too is out here, so a lot of people are probably on it. So dirty dishes hanging exactly. It's real life, and I always laugh because there was how the farmhouse decoration is so popular. I guess it's losing its popularity. It won't with me because I love it. But like a lot of people are saying real farmhouses have, animals in the house somewhere because they're probably not doing well. They've got dirty walls. Nothing is white in a real farmhouse. All this pristine white and black that they were doing. So yeah, I always say this is a real working homestead house. Oh, I can put hearts and smiley faces. You should. So I hate ironing. I hate it. I iron like some of my quilting, my fabrics when I'm going to use them. Dave and I are going to be married 30 years next month, and we're having photos done as part of our gift to each other because we haven't had like just the two of us photos done in a long time. And I had specific mind what I wanted, and the things we got are linen. Like my dress is linen, David's pants are linen, his shirt is linen, and I washed them and they're very wrinkly. So that's why I got to iron. Truth be told, David is a much better ironer because he had to learn in basic how to iron. So he does really well, but I'm going to do my best. I might just steam them. Actually, I do have a handheld steamer. I might just do that because, but other than that, Tracy, no, I don't iron a lot of clothes. My mother is the ironer, but I don't even think she irons as much as she used to. Oh, so what else is happening this weekend? I'm trying to think. We have our big sidewalk festival this weekend. We might go down to it Friday. We got a lot of errands to run. I know that. And we're going to try and take Friday and go have some fun with the kids down to the festival and stuff. Cause we don't do a whole lot in the summer when the kids are older. And a lot of the things around here are geared towards little kids. Aiden is still trying to get a job. He's still trying. So we never know when that's going to happen. But we are planning a couple days trip to New York this month. So they're pretty excited about that. We haven't been for a while. I love to buy and I buy my chickens from the grocery stores. Though I will say, Mom did actually go down and check on our chickens last year when she was here. She did more than I thought she would. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you? Yeah, and I'm doing a lot of crocheting. You can't work outside. What else can you do? So I just finished the baby gifts, Tanya. Literally just finished them this morning. They're getting all washed, wrapped up, and put into a package, and hopefully it'll be sent out very soon. And then Gracie asked for a, well, we were at this mall last week, Grace and I, and we went into one of these trendy little stores, and that she likes, that sells jewelry and different things. And they had these really cute crochet bags, and they were going to be like $50 with tax, if not more. I think they were like $48, so plus tax. And I said to Grace, I said, are you serious? Like, Mom can make this for you. I said, if you buy the yarn, I will make it for you. And she's like, really? So we went right over to Michael's, $12 in yarn, and I'm going to have some left over from it, but $12 in yarn. And I started that for her last night. So she'd like to have that to go away with in this month. So yeah, $50. But if I try to charge $50 for that bag, I get called all kinds of names and stuff online about how I'm charging way too much for stuff. And like, it's crazy. And when yarn, that's why I don't sell a lot of my baby things, like baby blankets. I don't sell, because the amount of yarn that goes into them, just the yarn alone can be anywhere from $50 to $60 or more, depending on what kind you're using, if it's on sale, that kind of thing. So to make any kind of money, I'd have to charge $100 for a baby blanket, and nobody will pay that. So I just bought this iron. I bought it, I shouldn't say just, I bought it over a year ago, because I do need it for my Cricut when I'm ironing on things on my t-shirts or fabric or anything like that. And it's charges, and it's cordless. I love it. I actually bought it on Amazon Prime a year or two ago, Prime days. So I love it. It is the best. Yay, she'll be. Oh, I hope she will. I hope she will. There's a couple of other things in there too, because I can't resist. So, and I love making baby things, because one, they're so cute, and two, they're fast. Like, boom, I can get them done like that. So other than that, yeah, so it's been, I'm excited. Oh, I forgot this. I'm so excited. I had for supper last night, we did something really, really easy, because we were going to head out for that walk. So we cooked up in the air fryer some chicken strips, and the ones we cooked up for Dave and I are buttermilk chicken strips. They're basically chicken fillets. They're so good. And we cut them all up, and he had a salad that he had gotten, a Caesar salad. I went out to the garden and picked some kale, some radicchio, some butter crunch lettuce, some head lettuce, and I can't remember the name of the other lettuce. Anyway, I picked all them, brought them in. I did have some cucumbers and cherry tomatoes from the store, because none of mine are ready. Chopped them up. Oh my gosh. Put some blue cheese dressing on. It was the best supper. I'm actually going to have it for lunch today again, because I have lettuce left over. It was so good. So good. I literally, it was the best. It tastes, I mean, to eat that within 5 minutes of picking it, it was amazing. So I'm starting to eat from the garden finally. It's taken a while, but I've had people bulk at $30 for, folks just don't want to pay. And the thing is too, I can't even make it for 30 here. Even if I get the yarn on sale, maybe if I get a really good sale, I could make it for 30. But then, like I said, I just do it for gifts. I really do. Because it's hard. I've tried, craft fairs. I've tried Etsy. I've tried online, and it's just too hard. So now most of my stuff are gifts. So I hope people like them. I just sent my cousin, she's going to be a first time Grammy this month. She's due this month. And I just sent her a car seat blanket, a sweater, a hat that matches the blanket, a puppy lovey, and a couple of books, I think. And the color was just, I loved it. And the yarn was wonderful to work with. It was so soft. So she should have got that. I sent it a couple weeks ago, so I hope she got it. Yeah, like that's just, yeah. So Tanya, I used alpaca yarn for some of the things I made for your baby, your grandbaby, and it is the nicest, softest yarn. It's so soft, and it's not itchy at all. So because I try to find things I know aren't going to irritate a little one, because then they're not going to be happy wearing it. So, yeah. So, as you know, other than that, just busy keeping up with things. Lily keeps me busy. So, I'm excited to feel it good. Oh, so what's all you guys got plans? I mean, it is summer. Anyone doing any trips, any vacations? I mean, man, with the cost of everything, it's kind of hard to do any kind of vacation or trip. Oh, and we had some great news last week. We got our septic tank emptied, and he told us that the pipe from the septic tank, there's a pipe that goes to the septic tank that goes to the field that was broke. And we're like, oh, great. What's that going to cost? So surprisingly, it cost a lot less than we thought. We thought we were looking at least a minimum $1,000, and they said it'd be $500. So he came on Monday, dug it all up. The pipe's not broke. So we're like, okay. So he said today we're just going to do a service call. So it'd be about $150, which I still think is ridiculous. But we haven't gotten an invoice for it yet. So maybe they decided not to charge us that. He said, I'm thinking that maybe it needs the septic field needs to be blown out because they just did somebody in the back of us that had a whole bunch of sand at the bottom of their septic field pipes. It was blocking everything. So he said, but we won't know that until the tank fills back up again to figure out if that's what's wrong. And once the tank fills back up again, they have to come and empty it again. It cost us almost $400 to empty it. So I am just like waiting to see if this thing is going to fill back up again. If it overfills, he said, then we'll know that it's the field and they'll need to come blow out the lines. And they're supposed to send me an estimate for how much that is. So y'all, if you could pray that it's not going to cost us too much, we would appreciate it because yeah. I'm just waiting. So goodbye, Tracy. Yeah, great. I'm glad it's working good. Yeah, stay safe. I hear that there's a bunch of thunderstorms happening. Where Tanya's at, there's supposed to be a lot. Yeah, that's the same with us. Like, it's hard. I mean, we only have the 3 chickens now, but we still have the 3 chickens and we have the 2 dogs. And we just found out the kennel that we use that literally is like our neighbors, they have closed. They shut down. The craziness of the world the last couple of years really affected them. And yeah, so they're closed. So we have no place now that we would trust to leave. And I don't think I could leave Lily with anybody. I don't think she would do well. So they pretty much have to go with us wherever we plan to go. So 2 days is about the limit of what we can go right now, all 4 of us at once. But he was bored. Did he go out? Was there family out there or something, Rem? Or I am waiting for a new drain field to be placed where I might finally receive the permit after 4 months and now have to wait another 4 to 6 weeks for installation. Oh no. Yeah, that's what we were envisioning. If we have to replace, he said actually the pipe that he dug up looked brand spanking new. He said he said he doesn't know if it's original to the house, which actually the house was built the year David and I got married. So our house is 30 years old this year. So he said he doesn't know if it's 30 years old or it's just been maintained really good or what. But he said that they have, it looked great. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh yeah. We're supposed to start tonight and into tomorrow. So he went there with the father-in-law, but his biological father lives there and he didn't want to see him. But of course he found out. Okay. But yeah, and I'm really excited because I did a little shopping yesterday on Amazon Prime and I got an amazing deal on the Corsori dehydrator, food dehydrator. I am so excited. It's supposed to be here today. So I am really excited to get that. The other thing is I'm excited to start. I probably won't be doing that too much until after summer when harvest season and canning is slowing down. I have wanted to make my own soap, like bar soap and stuff, for a long time. I mean, years and years and years. And I always found excuses why not to do it. And this year is my year of no excuses. And it's my year of trying new things. And I've got Almost everything has started arriving. All my supplies, the rest are supposed to be here. I got a lot of my supplies from a Canadian company in BC because that was important to me. I wanted to make sure the ingredients I'm using, if they're not something I'm growing or can't grow, I'm getting them from a good source. And they're going to be arriving this week, I think Thursday. So everything's almost here. So I'm so excited to get started with that. And if it goes successful, I'll probably be doing some videos on it all to show you. So yeah, I'm really excited to start doing that. And I'm infusing a lot of oils today. I've got some mullein leaves I want to get infused into some oil. I got some lemon balm I want to get infused into some oils for a lot of skin cares and things I'm going to be making us for this winter. And well, anytime really going forward. So I got to get going on them because they got to infuse for a few weeks before they're can be used. And I have a ton of extracts that I am making. I've got a strawberry one going right now. I already did a mint one. I've already done a vanilla one, but I'm going to do a blueberry one too when the season ramps up. And I might even do some cherry too. And I've got I got 4 trays right now in my other dehydrator of cherries going right now. And that was just some cherries I got a pound of them at the store the other day. They were local. One of our grocery stores carries a lot of local produce. So we got that. But cherry season's almost ready. I was just checking in with our new pick farm that literally is 5 minutes from us. They're almost ready for picking. So we'll be going cherry picking soon. We actually didn't go strawberry picking this year. It's just with everything, there was so much going on. There was a lot of smoke in our air the week that they were really picking. And they had a deal on where if you bought them already picked, the flats, it was pretty much the cost of what it would have been if I was to go pick them. So this year, you're going to pick for us. So I got all my strawberries. They're all done. The ones I dehydrated are all dehydrated. And the ones that weren't, they're all in the freezer. And because we still have, oh my gosh, I don't know how much jelly. We're not eating a lot of jelly and jam like we used to. So I am going to make more blueberry because that's one I eat all the time. But I decided not to make any strawberry, raspberry, or blackberry jelly this year because we have tons of it. And I'm trying to be smarter about what I'm putting up. So I also started winter prepping for, stockpiling, like this time of year, mayonnaise, if you don't make your own, which that's one of the other things I want to start doing. But until then, I'm buying it. Miracle Whip, your salad dressings, if you don't make your own, ketchup, obviously barbecue sauces, pastas, all that now's the time to buy them and put them away for winter if you use them, because this is when you get them. So I'm starting to think about that because I'm working really hard to cut our grocery budget going into winter. David has a time where he's part-time again for a little bit because they make him. Not because he would, because they make him. He would work full time if he could. Though it is nice when he has that little break, not just for him, but we get a lot more stuff done. So I'm planning for that and just trying to cut our budget overall so I can start putting more money towards other things besides just groceries. My freeze dryer fund has already been used for a couple other things that we had to do. And probably what I started again is probably going to go towards any septic stuff. I almost said something else, but I didn't. Just seems like every time you save, or just when you bought something that you've been saving for, you're like, okay, we got the money, we buy it, something else goes wrong. So it never fails. So our local store had ketchup on sale yesterday for a $4.9. It was 49 cents for 750 milliliters. Is that what you meant, Bev? Oh, I will say today too, we have to pick up. So one of our local cafes had a chance to order a lot of bacon in bulk, and she wanted to pass it on to any, any of her customers and stuff. It is, oh my gosh, how much is it again? I think it's 5 kilograms, and it's the bacon. It's all Canadian, Ontario, actually. It's all Ontario bacon. I think it's 5 kilograms. So we ordered and we have to pick it up today. So we're like, yeah, we'll take advantage of that and put that in the freezer. So she said it's 17 pieces per pound, and I think it's over 3 pounds of bacon we're getting. And I worked it all out, and it ends up being a little less than $3 a pound for bacon, which that's insane on here. Like if you get it on sale, it's not a pound of bacon anymore. It's like a little less than half a pound in the packages now. I think it's like 400 grams. So 400 grams. So yeah, it works out to be a little less than $3 a pound. So that is a crazy good deal. Right now, I'd be spending a little over $6 if I could find it on sale. That would be 2 packages, which still wouldn't be quite a pound, right? Yeah, because they're less than half a pound each. So yeah, we jumped on it. So we picked that up today. So I'm pretty excited. $1.49. That is a good deal for ketchup. Yeah, we've been getting, David likes the, he eats ketchup more than anybody. Like I eat it very little. He likes the French's that's made here in Ontario. And it doesn't have corn syrup or anything of that in it. So I like that. We got that for $2.99 a bottle. And I couldn't tell you how big it is. I think it's 1 liter. Yep, it's 1 liter for $2.99, which we thought that was at our grocery outlet. The grocery stores had it on sale for $4, which you'll find out because Friday's a grocery haul video that we did. I actually haven't been trying to buy a lot because we're doing a huge grocery haul. We hope anyway, when we go to New York this month. Like we're hoping to get enough to get us right through the fall and stuff for a lot of stuff. We did it last year when we picked my mom up around this time, or when we took her back, so August, and some of it, especially the pastas, I'm out half down. I mean, a lot of other things we're out of, and it's not just the stocking up. It's also some things we just can't get here. Like a lot of things Grace likes are dairy free because she tries to keep her dairy intake down because it's hard on her. And, we can't get a lot of it anymore. Ever since the craziness of 2020, it's been a lot harder to find her dairy-free yogurts and things like that. So she's excited to stock up because we'll just freeze them. And she's excited to stock up on them. And then she just takes one out the night before and it's all thawed out and she can have it. So I have your channel from my mom. She likes to watch you, and we are from Somerville, Maine. Yay, Maine! I'm originally from Calais. I miss Maine. I do wish we were able to go home this summer to Maine, but it's just not going to happen. I'm hoping to maybe fly down to see my grandmother for a couple of days, maybe in October. We'll see. It depends on the price of the tickets and whatnot. But if I can go just because David goes part-time in October. So I could totally go for like a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. And I love Maine in the fall. I love Maine in the summer, and I love Maine in the spring-ish, not so much in the winter. But then again, I don't like Ontario in the winter either. But well, thank you for joining. And yeah, I miss Maine. I watch oh my goodness, the woman that has and Freedom. The Lost Kitchen. I watched her all winter, and I just was so Maine sick watching that. So she just works during the week, and she wants to make it to a live, but she can only. I usually go live on Saturday evenings, so if you want to let her know, I just wanted to test my internet to make sure it was good here in this new spot that I've moved to in our house before I did a live on Saturday. So I usually go on around anywhere between 7 and 8. It depends on the Saturday, but I'll probably be going on at 8 o'clock this Saturday. So because my video about the meat raising will have been out by then. So I figured we could chat a little bit about it. So if she wants to catch me this Saturday, I'll be on. So, well, friends, lots of rain. I know. It was devastating watching the news last night. It was just so horrible to see what's happening. And they said they're not done yet. They're supposed to get more, and they think the dam's going to burst. So I am praying. I mean, it's like Dave and I were watching the news last night, and he's like, gosh, here we got severe drought in BC. Quebec has got too much rain. I mean, it's just awful. Just awful. Woman after my own heart. Love my jars. Love my jars. Like I said, I'm addicted and I don't plan to stop. So she loves canning and gardening. Awesome. Yeah, and remember how bad Irene was. It's so bad. I've seen you guys have had a lot of rain in Maine and not a lot of sunny days this summer. It's so devastating to watch it, and here we are praying for rain, and BC needs it. Like they said, they're seeing drought levels in BC like they don't usually see this early in the season. So it's not good. They're probably going to be restricting a lot of stuff out there. We're on a well, and we have a great well, knock on wood. I will say our well is amazing. We're also on a very high water table on this section of road that we live on, like very high water table. We pay a little bit more house insurance because of that high water table, even though, knock on wood, there hasn't been a flood here. And well, the records go back a little over 100 years. They go back, just a sec. I knocked wood on the desk and Lily thought someone was at the door. But the records go back over 100 years and there was no flooding in this area. But anyway, we are on a very high water table. So our well is really good, but it's still in my mind when I am watering so much in the garden, it does worry me, because get your well filled is not cheap. It is not cheap. So part of the riverbed we have never seen before. The river is so low. Wow. That is just so heartbreaking. Just so bad. Oh, like I said, we've got parts that are dying for rain, and then we've got parts that have way, way too much. Another year of wacky weather, I guess. I thought last year was wacky, but this year might even beat last year's. So, and then all the smoke we've had, and it does affect your gardens because, one, the sun is hidden. So a lot of my pepper plants are stunted. I've got a lot of peppers coming, but the plants are very short. They're not as tall as I would like. I fertilized them and everything, but I just think they got stunted between the cooler weather, not having the sun. My tomato plants, it didn't seem to affect them as much. They're growing up like crazy. I actually have to start staking them soon. But we can water every other day, 2 hours. In the evenings, I assume, in the morning, in the night. Yeah, like I mean, I care about my flowers, but it's more of the food that I worry about, making sure they get water, right? Because that's going to feed us. So, well, friends, I've been on for almost an hour. I've got another load of laundry that sounds like I can hear the wash machine is done. So I'm going to go get that hung out, trying to get caught up because I haven't been able to do any because of the smoke and everything. So we're trying to get caught up, and then the kids had to get caught up so they got all theirs done. But thank you all for joining me this morning for a cup of tea or coffee. And I'm happy to see the internet works great in this spot. So this is going to be my new spot. So you all have a great rest of the week. Hopefully you'll see me Saturday. I haven't scheduled it yet because there is some things going on Saturday. So I just want to see how I'm feeling. I think I'm going to go ahead and go live Saturday night. So I'm going to go dig potatoes. Awesome, Dave. So I'm going to go do a garden tour and check on some things in the garden and get my oils infused. So we will chat with you all soon. All have a great week. God bless to you all. And I hope if y'all need rain, you get rain. And if it's raining, please stop. Please stop. So take care, everybody.